que después de desaparecer no hay una evolución posterior.
Ever pondered the mysteries of the universe while gazing at the stars? Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the recent revelation from the Mexico Congress might just tip the scales for you. In a move that sent ripples across the globe, they've just unveiled not one, but two alien corpses believed to be a millennium old. Ready to have your mind blown? Let's dive into the details that will make you believe in aliens. Number 1. Mexican Congress alien evidence. Ever thought the circus was the wildest show on Earth? Well, the Mexican Congress just might have outdone every trapeze artist and fire breather with their latest act. Picture this. It's September 13th, 2023, and the world's eyes are glued to a live stream, not of a pop concert or a sports event, but of two mummified alien corpses being unveiled. That's right, not one, but two. These aren't your garden-variety mummies from an ancient pharaoh's tomb. These are claimed to be a staggering 1,000 years old, discovered not in Egypt, but in Cusco, Peru. Now, before you think this is just another tall tale, Jamie Maussan, a renowned ufologist, steps up to the podium. With the fervor of a ringmaster, he shares that these specimens weren't found amidst UFO debris, but in diatom mines, eventually becoming fossilized over time. But here's where it gets even wilder. Scientists from the Autonomous National University of Mexico, after some intense detective work, found that over 30% of the DNA from these beings is, well, unidentified. It's like trying to read a book, but a third of the pages are in an alien language. And if that wasn't enough to make you question everything you know, X-ray images revealed egg-like structures inside one of these mummies, along with some mysterious metal implants. Social media was abuzz, with clips of these non-human entities encased in windowed boxes going viral on Platform X. As the event continued, experts with the seriousness of a lion tamer facing a particularly feisty lion testified that these beings weren't from our evolutionary tree. And just when you thought this couldn't get any more Hollywood, in walks Ryan Graves, a former U.S. Navy pilot, now an executive director for Americans for Safe Aerospace, lending his presence to the spectacle. But a word of caution. While this entire event seems straight out of a sci-fi novel, especially with Maussan's past extraterrestrial claims, the setting of the Mexican Congress does make one wonder. Is this the greatest show in the universe? Number 2. SETI Institute. Ever wondered if we're truly alone in this vast universe? Or if, somewhere out there, there's an alien version of you munching on space popcorn and pondering the same thing? While most of us are content just daydreaming about little green men, there's an organization that's taken this curiosity to the next level. Enter the SETI Institute, which, for those of you who think it's a new type of pasta, stands for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Nestled in the buzzing heart of Silicon Valley, right next to NASA's Ames Research Center, this not-for-profit powerhouse began in 1984 with just a duo of dedicated employees. Fast forward to today, and they boast a team of over 100 scientists, educators, and outreach specialists. And their mission, nothing short of understanding life beyond our blue planet. They're on a cosmic quest, armed with cutting-edge technology, to find signs of civilizations that might be jamming to their own alien beats in our galaxy. And they're not just looking for any life. They're on the hunt for civilizations that might just be as tech-savvy as us. So while we're here binge-watching intergalactic movies, the SETI Institute is out there trying to turn science fiction into science fact. Number 3. UFOs in Montana. Ever had one of those nights where everything seems ordinary until it's not? Picture this. It's March 1967, and Robert Salas is on duty at the Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana. As the clock ticks away in the early hours, he's the only one awake, while his commander catches some Z's. Suddenly, a frantic call from the security guards above breaks the silence. They're rambling about bizarre lights dancing in the sky. Robert's first thought? Nice try, guys. Almost had me. But then he sees it. A mesmerizing, glowing red oval object, roughly 40 feet across, floating eerily above the base's front gate, and as if that wasn't spine-chilling enough, the base's missiles start acting up, going haywire one by one. Just a freaky coincidence? Robert didn't think so. The next day, in a scene straight out of a suspense movie, his superiors hand him a non-disclosure agreement. basically saying, forget what you saw, but how could he? That haunting image of the UFO and its inexplicable power over the missiles stayed with him. Robert is convinced that whatever he witnessed wasn't from our planet, and the big question remains, what was that thing and what did it want? Number 4, Project Blue Book. Ever flipped through a history book and stumbled upon a chapter that made you go, wait, what? Well, buckle up, because we're diving into one such chapter today. Picture this. It's the late 1940s, and the United States Air Force is buzzing with whispers of a secret project. No, it's not a new jet or a spy mission. It's Project Blue Book, the Air Force's very own X-Files. From 1947 to 1969, they meticulously documented over 12,600 UFO sightings. And here's the kicker. 701 of those reports? Still a mystery. Nestled in the heart of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, this project aimed to determine if these UFOs posed any threat. Their conclusion? None of these sightings seemed to threaten national security. But, and it's a big but, they also stated that some of these unidentified sightings didn't seem to be beyond our current scientific understanding. So were some of these just aliens popping by for a visit in ships we could technically build? If you're itching to play detective, the entire Project Blue Book is up for grabs at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. Who knows, you might just crack a case that's been cold for decades. Number 5, Dr. Helen Sharman. Ever met someone whose resume makes you go, is there anything they haven't done? Enter Dr. Helen Sharman, a name that's not just scribbled in the history books, but etched in gold. In 1991, she didn't just take a leap for Britain, but for all of humankind by becoming the first Briton to float in space. Her destination? The Soviet space station Mir, which orbited our Earth from 1986 to 2001. Now, with such an out-of-this-world experience under her belt, when she says, aliens exist, and they might be among us, just invisible to our eyes, you've got to wonder. After all, this isn't just any space enthusiast talking. It's a seasoned chemist from London's Imperial College. Imagine the stories she could tell, floating in a tiny capsule, gazing at the stars, and then docking at a space station. Beyond her space escapades, Dr. Sharman's accolades could fill a galaxy. From being the first privately funded woman in space to bagging medals from the Royal Aero Club and being honored by the Royal Society of Chemistry, her achievements are stellar. Oh, and did I mention there's a school named after her in the Netherlands? So when someone with such credentials hints at the existence of extraterrestrial life, wouldn't you want to lean in a little closer and listen? Number 6. Navy confirms existence of UFOs. Ever had one of those moments where you spot something in the sky and think, what on earth was that? Well, imagine being a highly trained U.S. Navy pilot, used to identifying every blip on your radar, and being utterly stumped by what you see. That's precisely what happened in a jaw-dropping encounter near San Diego in 2004. This wasn't just any blurry, questionable footage. This was crystal-clear video captured by a state-of-the-art Raytheon targeting system. The footage, cheekily named Gimbal, was shared by the To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science and even got a nod from the New York Times. But here's the twist. While the clip boldly claimed it was declassified and approved for release, the Navy sang a different tune, admitting it wasn't meant for our eyes at all. Oops. As the pilots maneuvered their jet, they stumbled upon an object zipping through the sky, rotating in ways that left them baffled. Their reaction? A mix of awe and confusion, with one pilot exclaiming, "Look at that thing, dude. It's rotating. What the F is that thing?" Honestly, it's like a scene straight out of an X-Files episode. Number 7. Betty and Barney Hill's alien abduction story. Ever had a road trip take a turn for the extraterrestrial? Let's rewind to a night with Betty and Barney Hill, a couple just trying to beat a looming hurricane and make it back to their Portsmouth, New Hampshire home. As the clock ticked closer to 3 a.m., the road ahead was lit not just by their headlights, but by an odd gleam in the sky. Probably just a shooting star, they thought. But this star had other plans. Growing brighter and bigger, it demanded their attention. Curiosity piqued. They pulled over, reaching for binoculars to get a closer look. And that's when things went from curious to downright eerie. This wasn't just any celestial body. It was a spinning object hovering just 100 feet above them. Barney, driven by a mix of fear and fascination, ventured closer and described it as a pancake-sized jet with windows revealing gray, uniformed beings. Panic set in. Were they about to be the next alien captives? Racing back to their car, they sped off, only to be met with a series of beeps and a blackout. They later awoke, miles from where they remembered, with fragmented memories of the night. It took sessions with a psychiatrist and a neurologist to unravel the chilling truth. They believed they had been abducted and examined by extraterrestrial beings. And there you have it, folks. The mystery of the millennia-old alien corpses unveiled by the Mexico Congress has certainly stirred up a whirlwind of discussions and theories. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, one thing's for sure. Our universe is vast, filled with wonders and enigmas that challenge our understanding every day. The revelations from the Mexico Congress serve as a reminder that history is peppered with unexplained phenomena, waiting to be deciphered. As we wrap up, remember to keep an open mind and always stay curious. After all, the truth might just be out there, lurking in the shadows of the unknown. Thanks for joining us on this cosmic journey, and until next time, keep looking up and questioning the world around you.